Good afternoon, I'm Lucy Scott. Thank you for having me talk at the Women in Construction Summit 2020. Today my presentation is focused on the future, lockdown, leadership and driving wellbeing. Today I will cover my journey, our business, working life in lockdown, which I think we all know has had some challenges, the future in an uncertain world, wellbeing is at the heart, wellbeing, culture, value and purpose, inspiring and motivating the team, and hopefully along those slides somewhere is some key takeaways that can be useful for you going forward. I hope you enjoyed the session and thank you for listening. My journey, our business. I'm Lucy Scott and I'm the board director at Chapman BDSP. Chapman BDSP are building services and environmental consultants. We have 5 offices, 3 in the UK and 2 in the Middle East. We have delivered projects in 32 countries of varying scale and size, from the tallest tower in Dubai to 2 phases of Battersea Power Station in London, the largest shopping centre in Eastern Africa, a rollout of cinemas in KSA, to a flat pack pop-up doctor's surgery in collaboration with Doctors of the World. After completing college, I was meant to take a gap year and left our sleepy village life to head to the bright lights and big city of London. I'd wanted to pursue a career in teaching and law, and neither of which I ended up doing. I love London, and my goodness, did I have some fun. I started working in the construction industry as a temp, helping out on reception and supporting the marketing team, and that is where my career started over 20 years ago. I developed my career in sales and marketing and business development. Initially, I was working for a contractor. I then went across to consultancy when I joined Chapman BDSP almost 16 years ago. Through this time, we've been through a management buyout, a merger, 2 rebrands, several office moves, and developed a presence in new regions such as Saudi Arabia and Africa. 2 years ago, I became a shareholder and a board director. Out of the 8 shareholders, there's only 2 of us that did not train as engineers, myself and our finance director. In my spare time, I'm kept very busy with 2 small children, aged 8 and 5, and everything that comes with their amazingly busy schedules. I enjoy spending time with my wider family and friends, cycling in the countryside, and we're currently renovating our next home, which is proving to be exciting, with some challenges along the way. My focus around people, culture and work winning brings a different dynamic to the board, which has taken me years to understand and believe it is a real talent. Working life in lockdown. With some countries and areas going into a stricter lockdown after over 7 months of the new world as we know it, it sometimes feels like 2020 cannot throw any more at us. I have not spoken to a single person that hasn't struggled at some point or found some positives from the unfortunate events of this year. There are so many variables and factors, and I've listed some of which you will relate to. It could be 1, 2, possibly all of those listed will resonate with you differently. I know for me, the concern over my parents' health, who are both vulnerable, and how we keep the business as stable as we can and keep our team together are the things that have kept me awake at night. All of these external pressures add up, and finding a way we can manage these and support our people is important. Everyone's journey is different. We must all respect that. The future in an uncertain world. 2020 has ensured all business continuity strategies and policies have been tested, and we've even had to evolve these to respond to the current situation and preempting future situations. The resilience and robustness of these has been invaluable through this time. As we adapt and enhance our strategies, we know this pandemic is here to stay for a while. The mobilisation and pace we could get everybody working from home full time was quick. IT equipment shortages propose some threats, but the software available now, such as Microsoft Teams and Zoom, has been a huge enabler to make this effective. Some companies have been using these for years. We were only 1 year into it. We ensured there was online training support and drop-in sessions for our people so they was as well equipped as possible. We are looking at how further we can develop this, and we have made a big investment into our own intranet and new business system upgrade throughout this process. How do we get the right balance to maximise output from our people at this time? So many times we've heard, I work harder at home than in the office. I work more hours and I'm getting more done. What we've tried to reiterate through our business is it's not how hard the individual is working, it's about company and team performance. We have realised that planning is key. Clear deliverables with agreed deadlines has to be a focus. Our business delivers projects internationally, and we have 2 offices in the Middle East. We had both clients and colleagues that were in lockdown for months away from family members in total isolation. Being informed and understand their situation when engaging with them, it's really important that we understand what they're going through. Your people feeling valued is important. Listening to your people, creating platforms for feedback, and make no assumptions. As I've said before, everyone's journey and experience through this are different. Even when you get no feedback, they are listening. Wellbeing is at the heart. Wellbeing has to be ingrained in your culture and values, and we are driving this hard but still have some way to go in our business. There's also an expectation, particularly from Next Gen and Generation Z, that this is a big part of the business. This is no longer considered to be a softer issue or an AOB on the board meeting agenda. Mental health and fitness is so important. Are there any measures you can take to provide support for your team and people? Whether this be through existing health and company providers, are they offering anything new given the current climate? Is there any other support mechanisms? I know for our business, we sourced external support and partnered with Charlotte Wiseman, who is a leadership and wellbeing expert. We provided a 12-part series of webinars and snap sessions to support our people through this time, whether it's dealing with stress, working from home. There was a number of subjects, and we asked for feedback to ensure they were bespoke and provided the right level of support for our people. We've done e-learning training modules. We've done further training for our mental health first aiders. We know at this time budgets are tight, so are there other things that you can empower people in your team to do? Virtual yoga groups, virtual book clubs, running clubs, etc. All of these things help. There is video conferencing etiquette that is really important, and where possible, use members of your team to check in with people and make some impromptu calls. How are they really getting on? How are they doing? We can all sit in a meeting and everybody seems okay, but actually once you take back that layer, how are they doing? This one for me personally has been a real challenge. The number of video and conferencing calls in any one day is high. Getting the headspace and being prepared for your next meeting can be a real struggle. The calls can overrun, or you may be going to a client pitch, into a sensitive HR meeting, and then onto a call with a supplier to provide feedback. That transition time between meetings in the old world is invaluable. Shutting down at the end of the day with no commute time or downtime is a real challenge to switch off. Carving out time and being guardians of this should be a priority. Coming away from your workstation and trying to keep meetings to a reasonable length where possible can really help. Appreciate that everyone's working conditions and situations are different. From the apprentice or grads that are working from their bedroom to complete isolation for some, others whose partners are not working or who have small children running around, to fully set up offices with all the facilities. Ensure regular and clear communication to give direction. Security is needed at this time and for people to understand the business is thinking. Ensure you have a robust comms strategy, and consistency is an absolute must. Again, even if there's no feedback, keep doing it. Wellbeing, culture, values and purpose. You have to know your commitment to wellbeing. Commit to what is right. It's complex to ensure these messages are reached virtually. I know that we are having challenges with that. We have the Chapman BDSP way in our business that sets out our culture, value and vision. We ensure we integrate this into every team meeting, appraisal process, promotions panel and our weekly newsletter. We continue to adapt our strategies and approach from forums for our people, led by our people to empower them, ambassadors for culture, wellbeing, future the office. These are just some of the ideas. Explore relevant wellbeing e-learning modules. Being designers and creative is a major part of our culture. The workplace provides spaces for different types of working, from social hubs, creative think tanks, independent working. We are still exploring ways that we can encourage this as people work from home. This may sound obvious, but as my son would say in the gaming world, eat, sleep, repeat. The key message is, do not just tell them once, tell them again and confirm in writing. The messages do not always get through consistently, however hard you believe you have relayed them. Inspiring and motivating the team. 3 key things from our experience. Recognition, so thank you personally and publicly. Rewards and small gestures go a very long way. Empower. Important you and your leadership team are close enough to differentiate between hard work and efficiency. Do not micromanage, but stay close. Communication. I think I've harped on about this a little bit throughout the presentation, but I cannot stress this enough. Personal, team and company level. Be consistent, be clear and be considered. So key takeaways, what have we learned? These are some of the things that we've picked up. So whether it is at home or in the office, clearer objectives with clear deliverables being set. This is something that we know from everybody working from home. We need to be much more considered on this when everybody comes back to the office to gain maximum output and performance. More regular team and company meetings. This just proves it can happen. I know for us, we've been having weekly meetings now and we haven't missed those. So actually it just goes to show that they can take place. Make sure it happens. Feedback from your people is key. Let them know they are being listened to. Create ambassadors for groups and empower your people. And again, it doesn't matter if you're not getting the feedback. As soon as someone's not happy, they will generally let you know, but create those spaces so that people can. Working on how you can differentiate yourself. It's definitely a time for repositioning. It's a time to think about the future. We really are focusing on that. I know for our business, we've made a structural change to maximise the flair from our most creative people. We've actually made that change through this process so that we can drive forward and come out of this stronger. What are you doing in your business? What could you be doing? So key takeaways, be robust, question and test your strategies. Do not let them be beholden to your business. Direction and empathy, get in the right balance. It's not about micromanagement, but do stay close. Trust and communication are absolutely key at this time. Understand it's your time for growth for you personally, your people and your business. Keep training going, keep technical knowledge sharing sessions going. It's really important. Do not waste time and return to the office without having a plan in place. You want to use this as a catalyst to re-energise your business. I suppose really it's a wrap from me. Is all I've managed to do really is share some of our learnings and experiences through this time, and hopefully you've got a couple of key takeaways. I wish you all the best as we work through the rest of this year, and I do hope you enjoy the summit, and I'd be more than happy to take some questions. Thank you.